Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Simply Magnificent Black and Bold podcast, where we talk about culture, identity, and authenticity. Authentication. My bad. So this is just an episode where we're going to catch up with Court, me. So the podcast can be seen on your YouTube, your Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram, but it can also be, we do go live on Instagram. It also can be seen on Apple, and Spotify. So, some other things that have been going on, we have been doing different things out in the community with going to Sheesh. Um, but if you see behind us, we did go to Blue Atlanta this coming this past spring, and some other things we do want to talk about is like going to college fairs and stuff like that that will be coming up in the fall, and also since school will be starting, that's some of the things that we'll be doing. But yeah, be on the lookout for the Simply Magnificent Black and Bold podcast in your community, probably, or in the Atlanta, Virginia area, maybe sometimes. But let's get to it. Some things I want to just talk about is what Black excellence looks like in 2026 and what it means. So, Black excellence is something that can be valued in, as I say, success, wealth, and education, and leadership, and just sometimes simply being happy or being content. Um, so, I feel like for me, Black excellence is what you make it, is all in your perspective. I am someone that believes that yes, you can have money and yes, you can be happy. No, you don't have to have money. You can be happy. You can have success and be happy. There may be people that think differently. But for me, I think that education is important. Having money is like, it's okay, like it helps you buy things, it helps you get like the things you need and the things that others may need, but it's not always like happiness. But it is what it is. But for me, education is really important, and leadership sometimes is important too, as in the Black community. We always think about, like, I'll say, like Dr. Martin Luther King for leadership. That's the first name that came to my head for leadership. Why? Oh, no, Obama, Michelle Obama as well, because they're Black leaders that younger generations look up to, or us as a generation look up to, because they were people that made um, monumental events happen in history. So in 2026, I just want to make sure the last, what is it, 4 months of the year, because this is August when this will come out. This week, August. So August. So you got your August, January. What day? Hold on, y'all. August, September, October, November, and December. You got 4 months to 2026. So see, I want listeners to kind of tell me what Black excellence means to them at the end of 2026, how they value it, and how they want it to maybe change, or what they want to do in 2027. So, some things in 2026 that I have been seeing on social media and things like that is like starting over or starting from scratch, whether it's like a career change or uh, unexpected setbacks, or just reinventing yourself. Let me slow down. And also finding your purpose again. So, like, sometimes people feel that you're in different stages of your life, depending on how old you are, depending on your career, depending on your education, and depending on leadership. Because sometimes you have to, if you want to be a leader, you have to be around leaders so you understand what it means to be in leadership. And sometimes when you want to be in education, you have to surround yourself with like minded people with educational background, as in, okay, I want a PhD in law, maybe I should get a mentor that has a PhD in law so I can have that knowledge, that information, or not a PhD in law, but so, well, maybe. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, that would be something that would be good. But then when it comes to like career changes, just make sure you have your goals down and you know what you want to do, and know that some career changes are when you do your career changes, make sure they are for you and that you're going to be happy with the end goal. So, one thing for me, I started out as biology, but as the years went on, I really am into IT. So, like some people see it was a transition from quality to IT quality where I was able to be like, okay, I like IT more. So sometimes you want to look into things like that. So, like for instance, I know friends that's going back to school for an MBA because they're like they want to do finance because finance is something that affords you the opportunity to move a little bit better in better positions, and also it puts you just in a nicer like environment. Like with the MBA, when I'm saying environment, like you learn a lot. You learn about project management, you learn about money, you learn how to like run a business. Like you learn so much about yourself too when you're getting these, not just the MBA, but when you're getting the master's degree. So when you having career changes, that's one thing you want to remember is just think about, hey, I'm making this choice for me and it also will better me as a person. So when you're bettering yourself as a person, you also want to make sure you're setting those boundaries and just be peaceful with yourself. Don't avoid problems, talk about them. If you because avoiding problems, things grow on you, or like as they say, you fester in it. And sometimes festering in problems or avoiding problems can make your health an issue and stuff like that. So if you're needing a career change or something like that, sit down, write it out, talk to your spouse if you are married, or talk to the people that you work for. Let them know like, hey, I really want to do XYZ. How can I get to do this? And if they don't see that as a motivational way to, oh, hey, I'm either going to lose this person or I need to help this person, then what are we here for, like so when you are looking at those career changes, make sure you are understanding what it may take to have those career changes at work. But also, like I said, you want to protect your peace and set those boundaries and make sure they're healthy boundaries when it comes to those career changes. And then with those healthy boundaries, a lot of times those healthy boundaries can lead over into your life, not just like work life. So you want to make sure you're protecting your peace to make sure you can feel good at home, be safe at home, be safe at work, like wherever you work at, make sure you're able to feel safe in your office and know that, hey, I'm okay. And then also some things I have seen like on social media we'll talk about is like the pressure to have it all or have everything together at a certain age. Like a lot of times like social media will say, hey, you're supposed to have this by this age, and it's like, am I really supposed to be doing it? Am I really supposed to be having kids? Am I really supposed to be doing this? Am I supposed? And it's like, no, but I just really want to travel. I just really want to go have fun. I want to have the biggest career, like I want to have all the friends all over the world. We could travel, we can have kids, yes. But I feel like a lot of times social media gives you that pressure of, hey, you need to be sending out all of these texts every day. You need to be posting every day. You need to be make sure you're having a live, make sure you have this business, like, or if you're not in school, what are you doing? Are you taking CEU classes? And then like for financing, it's like, oh, why don't you have a RAF RRA? You should have three by now. If you have three RAF RRAs, you will have this amount of money. And it's like some people don't have that information that says, okay, hey, this is what you can do for career goals or growth. This is what you can do for relationship goals. This is what you can do for financial goals. Some of us find out a lot of those things later in life because you don't have mentors or you may not have access to people that make social media post, or people that have like your career goals, like if you're saying, oh yeah, I want to have a PhD in aeroscience, there are not many black people that, or black women, men that have degrees in that. So when we find people that have careers or higher degrees in that, we should definitely put them out there, let them know like, hey, we got your back. And then, but also when it comes to finances, you want to make sure you have your financial goal. And then social media be out here putting, they be having people out here flexing like they got everything. These people don't have everything. Like they be renting stuff, they be paying it for it, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But just know that everybody has their, you have your max. Like know that your max comes at a cost. You want to make sure again that you protecting your peace and saying that, hey, just because they got that on social media, just because so and so going to this restaurant, that don't mean that I need to go. If you can't afford it, like don't put the pressure on yourself. You want to make sure you're successful in everything you're doing, and you don't want to struggle. Why struggle when, like, you can save for that? If you want to go to the restaurant, you can save for a trip or paying for or something like that. But don't put too much pressure on yourself, because that's one thing that me and my wife talk about all the time is social media puts so many ideas in people's brain, because there's so many like, oh, this like people that go to the gym every day. Yes, you go to the gym every day. We see that. We see your confidence, everything that's growing. And then you have like the people that's outside running, and you say like, okay, yeah, their confidence is doing this, it's doing that. But then it's like, okay, so at what cost do they have to actually post every day, every day, every day, every day, every day? And then it's just like when you actually talk to them, they even say, we do post, but it's actually, they have help to post. So it's like a lot of times, like you have to make sure you have help to post, or friendships and other relationships that are built to post. Is just not on you. So just one thing I will say, just make sure you're not struggling. Everything is not on you. If you need help, talk to people. If you need help for social, for your career, make sure you're in an environment that affords you that opportunity. Network, get on LinkedIn, get on YouTube, find some people, they'll definitely talk to you for sure. And for your financing, talk YouTube. I feel like a lot of people say jump to YouTube for sure. Jump to YouTube, look at what they may have. Go to your Charles Schwab's or wherever your money is, your Navy Federal, your Chase Bank, your Wells Fargo. Go look at them places, see at what loans they may have, what credit cards they may have that may be valued for you, or to be honest, what IRAs they may have as well, so you can be financially stable when you are ready for whatever you want to do in the future. So us as black women, we feel like we have to be strong and independent. And sometimes you have to, they say, straighten it crowned out, but you also are tired. So being a black woman means that you always have to be strong, but it's okay to ask for help. So that's one thing I wanted to say. As a black woman, it has been something that it's been hard for me to say, okay, hey, yeah, I need help. But as I've gotten older, I have learned that asking for help is okay, because you actually, there are people that want to help you and that want to understand you and want to be there to support you as well. So being a black woman and actually trying to be strong and be independent is very hard. So having like a friendship and having a village to actually talk to, that is not like my wife, we talk all the time. We are like, she tells me like we talk about like journaling and things like that. So that's one thing, like being a strong independent woman, journaling really helps, and going to therapy. Shout out to therapy. Hey, because that's what my wife and we always talk about. It's like always write down how you feel, explain how you feel, because being a black woman, and I keep saying being a black woman because it is very important to keep saying being a black woman is strong, and you do have to be independent because a lot of times a lot of us leave the households. So you have to be able to set your peace, set your boundaries as being a black woman. So I just want to reiterate that as being a black woman, know that it's okay to ask for help. Know that you have a family, you have a tribe. To the listeners out here that are black women, um, please, you can definitely comment below and we can have conversations. If you want to be on the podcast, we can go further into that. And that would be cool to talk about. So when we keep saying being black, we want to make sure we're also out here supporting our black owned businesses. And not just because somebody said don't support them or do support them, whatever. If you want to support the business, a food restaurant or a clothing store because you had a good experience, you do that. But I feel like also don't pressure people when it comes to supporting and not supporting, especially if they didn't have a good representation when they went to that store, to the food, if it's a store, a food, a restaurant, or anything like that. But as for over here, we do support all of black owned businesses. We actually are trying to get some more black owned businesses on the podcast so that we can go beyond just putting black owned businesses like hashtags and things like that. We want to actually like understand what it takes to own some of these black businesses because some of the people that we wanted to talk to were like we had Kay on the show. She owns a business. She's actually will be back in business this month in August. She moved back to Virginia. So we will shout her out. We actually will probably put a tag in the comments for some black owned businesses that we would love to have on the podcast. But if you know any black owned businesses that you know of, like restaurants, spas, what else you got? You got shoes, clothes, anything. And also even like I have friends that do comedy, people that are entrepreneurs or anything that you create, authors. I said authors, um, rap, anything like that. If you want to, that's any black owned business. If you know of any of those, I need you to put their information in the comments so we can reach out to them and we can talk to them. So when it comes to like different things in the black community is we want to talk about how the black community here in Atlanta is the mecca. And is it overrated? I don't think it's overrated. Some people may say it is, but you always find your niche here in Atlanta, the Black Mecca. You have your culture, you have your opportunities, you got lifestyle, you got HBCUs galore, black businesses, entertainment, and just the face of Atlanta. And for me and mines, we love the sports here. So for the culture of Atlanta, you heard what I said, Atlanta. Um, but let me not play on that. But anyway, we really like the sports here. We love going to see the WNBA games, being able to go to see the Braves game. That actually is one of the highlights that I really love. Is actually being in the crowd and just the energy in the actual stadiums are just amazing. They have great restaurants out there, and actually in that area where the Braves play, they have like different concerts. They got we actually participated in a HBCU night there um at the Braves Stadium. We're gonna see if we can. I wonder when is that? I'm gonna check that out. The HBCU night, it might have passed already, but we actually went down there one year and took pictures and got a bobblehead and everything from the HBCU night at the Braves Stadium. Some other things, like I said, let me talk about the WNBA. So WNBA, we actually have a soror that plays on the team, and we have Angel Reese on the team, and we have so many other people on the team. Look, let me make sure but we have so many other people on the team here in Atlanta Dream. It's a time is had when you go to that game. You have great music, it's great entertainment, it is it is a time to be had. So when you go, you want to see Ryan. You're gonna see some other people that you be like, okay, yeah, you're gonna see Ryan Howard, you're gonna see Angel Reese. So you're gonna make sure if you go, you're gonna have a time. The food is good there. They always have like pictures and things like that. You can activities you can do before and after the game. Um, Also, they got every most teams here have a season. You can become a season holder, ticket holder. I'm trying to do that. So, hey, any Atlanta teams? Atlanta Dream, Atlanta Braves, the Falcons, football, the Atlanta Hawks. We will take not season tickets, just 2 tickets, you know. Well, season tickets. If y'all offering, we'll take season tickets. Hey, I'll come out there with the shirt on. Hey, whatever y'all need, I'll be your help. I'll help y'all with the podcast, websites, media. Shout out to all the Atlanta teams. But that's one thing I will say about being here in Atlanta. We really enjoy the sports and being able to be in an area where there are black people. I'll say black people. And when I say black people, because it is a joy being here in this area for me, because I'm able to see people, like I'm able to see black men, black women and driving Range Rovers, like Audis, like these cars are like I love the cars, but I'm saying is like not even just that. It's so many black entrepreneurs here that are millionaires that live here that it just blows your mind if you actually talk to them. It's a lot of people here that you can learn from. But they also have HBCUs. So you have your Clark Atlanta, you got your Spelman, you got your Morehouse, and then you have like some that they say aren't HBCUs, but it's like HBCU adjacent. You got was the Georgia State University. You got like Valdosta. You got let me shout out Savannah State University. You have a lot of HBCUs here in Georgia, not just in Atlanta. So that's one thing I will shout out. The Georgia HBCUs are pretty nice. I love actually all of our schools here because we have well, I say we because I am a member of, again, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Um, but we have youth or not even just youth, we have younger sorors that join our sorority at these universities and they put in work. So we see the work that they put in, and that's why I was like, I really would love to shout out the HBCUs here and all the D9 people here in the Atlanta area, because a lot of us do support leadership. We have may have black businesses. We understand that here in Atlanta, being black is being like you're safe here. Like you're safer in Atlanta in certain areas being black. I'll say that. So this is I'm gonna say so we're gonna transition, we're gonna get ready to get out of here, we're gonna do two more things. So this is one question that says what's one thing I would tell my younger self. So this is real something that what I would tell my younger self. So uh let's go. I would tell my younger self, so younger Courtney, girl, keep going. Don't let these people tell you what you can and cannot do. You belong in all of these rooms that you're in. Many people will tell you that um, many people will tell you no, but their no isn't the final no. Um, I would also probably say, girl, you're gonna be married to the beautifulest lady there is. I would also say that life isn't always easy, but you may get knocked down, but you get back up and just dust yourself off and you keep going because that's what life is. Life isn't always easy, but sometimes people paint it out to be easy for you. And know that it's okay to make mistakes and make career changes and to make as I say, lots of money, no money, all the money. We're gonna just say lots of money, lots of money, lots of money, lots of money, lots of money. Okay. And then always learn from, it's always lessons learned. Like, you know yourself, you know it's always time to grow, you know that it's okay to ask for help. So that's what I would tell my younger self. Hey, let's go. So let's talk about Black joy, and we deserve to celebrate too. So as we transition to the end of the show, um, as being Black, we want to talk about how important it is to celebrate yourself by traveling, going to see your friends, music, food, milestones, laughter, community, and just simply enjoying life without feeling guilty. So you should be able to enjoy traveling and going out of country without feeling guilty because you weren't able to attend s- um, a work event or a family event. You should be able to listen to music that you really like, whether it's country or pop music or salsa music or reggae or anything that you like to listen to. You shouldn't feel guilty about your milestones when you graduate, or you you graduate from school, or you graduate from whatever you want to graduate from, or you are finish a program, or you 5 years in your sorority, or 10 years in your frat, or anything like that, and nobody celebrates you. You celebrate for yourself, and your community will celebrate you. And when I say laughter, go to some of these comedy shows. Get out and learn and laugh, laugh, laugh. I feel like that's one of the things we have like lost, as like after they say the pandemic. Laughter is something that's few far in between, because a lot of us don't know how to laugh. We do not know how to have fun and let go and just breathe and just say, hey, I'm going to be okay. It's okay that as I be like, it's okay that bills are due, but as long as I have the money to pay those bills, I can go outside. I mean, outside could be working outside in your garden, doing anything that you really like to do, but it's okay to have hobbies and things that you like to do, because you deserve that. And then some other things, like for me, I'm gonna say for me, what I like to do for my Black joy, I like actually taping podcasts. So that's one thing why I'm trying to actually get back into the podcast. I do like doing my media. So shout out to CM Media Services. We actually will probably be putting like a list of the prices of different things that we do offer, which are like website building, social media. If you want to hop on the podcast, not hop on this podcast, but if you want to have your own podcast produced, I can help you do that. But yeah, that's some things that we will offer. So I just want to say thank you for checking out today's episode. And Black joy is what we always want to bring. And here at the Simply Magnificent Black and Bold podcast, we want to ask you, the listeners, what makes you simply magnificent? For me, what makes me simply magnificent is being here in Atlanta with my wife, uh, and just being Courtney. Like, I love who I am, so that's why I'm simply magnificent. Like, I don't know what else I can say about that, because I have to pour into myself, and I know that I'm good. Like, I love me, and I love the people that love me for me, and I love them for them. So, again, to the listeners, what makes you simply magnificent? So, I want you to check out this podcast on all platforms where podcasts can be viewed. You have your YouTube, you got your Spotify, you got Apple. It's gonna be live on Instagram. We're gonna do more people coming, more people coming, more people coming. We're gonna get this podcast going. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and peace out. And thank you again.